Hey everyone, welcome back to Agenda Now. Today, I'm diving straight into a political storm brewing in Congress, one that could shape the future of how DC runs itself. There's a bill on the table, and it's got people fired up on both sides, so if you're ready to get the truth, stick with me. This is going to be a wild ride. Let's start with the basics. DC, our nation's capital, has more residents than Vermont and Wyoming. They pay more federal taxes than 26 other states. But here's the kicker. Congress still calls the shots on a lot of their local laws. That's not just unfair. It's undemocratic. Now, here comes the heat. Representative Garcia is not holding back. He's calling this new GOP-backed DC cash bail bill an attack on democracy itself. And then, boom, he drops this. If Donald Trump or anyone else on the Hill wants to control DC, then resign, move here, and run for mayor. That's the challenge. Put up or shut up.
Now, Mr. Speaker, I strongly oppose the legislation which is in front of us, which is another completely unacceptable attack on the district and our democratic principles. Now, we know that D.C. has more residents than 2 states. D.C. pays more federal taxes than 26 states. And D.C.'s government is accountable to the people who live here. Local leaders should be empowered to solve problems without Congress constantly interfering. Now, I've said many times, if Donald Trump wants to run D.C., he should resign from Congress, he should resign and run for mayor. And if Republicans want to get tough on crime, they should stop protecting the criminals in the Epstein files and demand transparency from Donald Trump.
But it gets even spicier. Garcia's calling out Republicans for being selective about who they want to hold accountable. He says, you want to talk about crime? Start with the folks hiding behind Epstein's files, not the people living in D.C. trying to make ends meet. That's a truth bomb, right there. So, what's the deal with this cash bail bill? Basically, it means if you're charged with certain crimes in D.C., you're automatically locked up before trial, unless you can pay cash bail or a bond. Sounds simple, but it's not. Garcia says this isn't about justice, it's about punishing the poor, the wealthy. They pay up, walk free, and move on. The rest, they wait behind bars, sometimes for weeks, all without ever being convicted. Let that sink in. Pre-trial release should be up to the judge, someone who can actually weigh the risks, not just rubber stamp a policy based on what crime you're charged with. Otherwise, the system just keeps turning the screws on people who can't afford to fight back. That's why local DC leaders, from the mayor to the city council, are united against this bill. They're saying, loud and clear, Congress, back off. Let DC decide what's best for DC. Home rule isn't just a slogan, it's the foundation of democracy. So here's the bottom line. This bill isn't just unnecessary, it's unsafe, undemocratic, and unfair. It isn't about keeping people safe, it's about keeping power in the hands of a few, far from where the decisions should actually be made.
But let's talk about the bill in front of us today. The Cash Bail Reform Act we know is unfair and bad policy. Under this bill, if you are charged with certain crimes, you will automatically be locked up before your trial. For other crimes, this bill would require cash bail or bond. This will make DC's local law much more strict than even federal law. Pretrial release should be based on a judge's determination of flight risk and danger to the community. We should let trained judges and prosecutors do their jobs and consider each fact of each case. You shouldn't automatically be locked up based on a criminal charge before you're even proven to be guilty. We know in our system that you are innocent until proven guilty. And we know that should be true whether you are rich or poor. This bill will lock up more people that are low income and more people that are also innocent. It will reinforce an unfair system where the rich get perks while the poor suffer. Democrats are fighting for a system where wealthy elites aren't above the law, but where the justice system is fair for all. And we're fighting for democracy. We should let the council, the mayor, and the district's justice system work together as they balance the public safety needs of the people. When DC residents don't like local policies, they could demand different policies from their elected leaders and certainly vote them out of office. This bill is not about safety, but about Congress once again interfering in local safety decisions by DC residents that are perfectly capable of making these decisions on their own. We should be clear, this bill is also opposed by the mayor, the city council, many in the community, and is an overreach by the Republican majority to try to control the district. The bill is unnecessary, it undermines home rule, and it can make DC less safe. and I urge my colleagues to oppose it, and I reserve my time, Mr. Speaker.
If you got something out of this breakdown, hit that subscribe button for more straight talk, and let me know in the comments. Should Congress step back and let DC lead, or do you think they should stay involved? Thanks for tuning in to Agenda Now. I'll catch you next time.